So what's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. It's Randy B. I'm here today with my brother, King Warrior Man, Contrell Jolly from KWM Lifestyles. What's up?
What's good? It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Hey, we just did part 1 of this video over on his channel. Please go check it out. Link in the description, rather. Like this video and subscribe if you like the content. All right, today we just had a really good conversation talking about personal leadership, but we kind of wanted to pivot a little bit for the second video and talk about something that I personally face, and I feel like others face this often, and that is imposter syndrome. For those of you that don't know what imposter syndrome is, it is the feeling of inadequacy despite having evident successes to prove that you're not an imposter. Many people have this when they're on a new job site. A lot of people have this if you're the only woman or the only man, the only person of your gender or race on a job site. You just feel like you're not supposed to be there. You feel like an imposter. And if you ever felt that, then this video is for you. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you how I deal with it. Disclaimer, we don't have all the answers. Everybody's journey is different. So we're just going to talk about our personal journeys, and maybe you can pick something up on how to deal with this if this is something that you're going through. So, brother man, Contrell Jolly.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever feel like you face this syndrome, imposter syndrome? Do you have any experience with this?
Yeah, I feel like I'm living with it today.
Okay.
As a young professional black engineer.
Dope black engineer. Yeah.
As a young professional engineer on my first job, and I'm in the office and I find myself questioning, do I have the skill set? I went to school got the degree, but here I am wondering, am I really qualified for the job? And I think a lot of it is the imposter syndrome. It's kind of like, am I really supposed to be here? So yeah, I'm definitely experiencing that now. And I really haven't figured out how to deal with it just yet. Only thing I know is just to keep going.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm the same way, bro. Like I talked about a little bit in my last video how in my profession, a lot of times I end up in rooms or I've been part of teams where I'm the only black man. There's not a lot of black men in education. We need more black men in education. So if you're a black man watching this video and you're thinking about a career, consider education, because we need more black men educators. But because I'm one of few, I feel that often. I'm like, okay, I'm here, and a lot of times I'm young. A lot of times I'm the youngest person on my team, which when you fresh out of college, that's how you feel. And like you said, like what you said was keep going. That's a part of it, but of course, easier said than done, right?
Yeah, sure.
Easier said than done. It's hard to shake that feeling. My motto is fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah. Fake
it till you make it. Or I'm gonna catch this one. Faith it till you make it. Yeah.
That's good.
Faith it till you make it, because of course, when you first start a job, you're gonna feel like, well, I don't know how to do the job. It takes some on-the-job training. It takes some time for you to get comfortable. And then you may still not be comfortable around your coworkers, and you have senior coworkers that have been there that just might know the system a little bit better than you, or know the workflow a little bit better than you. But you just gotta believe in yourself. That's why I say faith it till you make it. You have to believe in yourself. We talked about this over on KWM Lifestyles, looking at yourself like a king, right? You have to believe in your ability. Everybody on this planet has a God-given ability to do something. Everybody's an expert at something. Albert Einstein said everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you'll go your life thinking that it's an idiot. So you have to find the skills that are hone in your skills and believe in your skills. Nothing happens on accident. And so, what do you feel about that phrase, faith it till you make it? What do you think?
I mean, faith is a big part of my life right now. Matter of fact, this morning I was on the way to work, like, God, You got it. Like,
Put it all over.
You got it, dog.
Put it all in the thing.
And we gonna make it do. We gonna make it do what it do. But I will say, I think one thing that has helped me kind of deal with it is my ability to communicate my frustration with being the new guy, and my willingness to ask questions and be curious about things. I had a meeting earlier today with my supervisor, and I just straight up told him, like, yo, I don't really know what my job is just yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. And he did give me some direction, you know. And now I do feel more comfortable because essentially my job is something I'm passionate about. I mean, the way he wants me to do and oversee is literally the thing that I really want to do. I just could not see how my skill set tied into it, you know. So I think that was a pretty good one. And now, like you were saying, like honing into your skill set, now I kind of know how to focus on what I need to be doing and really work and define my skill set.
Absolutely, and it's something else that you said there that's important about being able to ask questions. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself that ability to ask questions. Like,
Sure.
You definitely. I feel the same way. Like in my job, I ask so many questions. You know, my supervisor probably gets tired of me asking questions because I don't want to do the wrong thing. You know, I don't want to mess up. And I know, like, you work with like systems, and you know, it's like the job requires you to be pretty accurate most of the time. You know, I work with education, so like my mentor always told me, you know, you can't go mentoring and educating people half-cocked. You can't go in there if you're not right with yourself, because what are you doing to the kids? How are you giving them information if you don't have the correct information? Then you might be passing along false information or creating a worldview in the kids that is of their to their not to their benefit. But you have to think about those things, like especially, you know, when you first start your position, because right now I just started my job about 4 months ago, a new contract job about 4 months ago, and you know, I'm just getting into the swing of it, and it's, you know, it's to the point where, you know, I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing. I got a little bit of groove, but it's still like sometimes I second guess myself. And I'm trying to work on that. You know, I have to stop second guessing myself so much. Because, you know, there's room for growth. Everyone has room to grow. Yeah. Nobody's like, from my experience, nobody has all the answers. And so, you know, if you ask questions and just be inquisitive, you might find yourself being able to deal with imposter syndrome a little bit more.
You mentioned something earlier that I really struggled with, especially back in college. And I really didn't struggle with it until college, and it was the whole representation part of engineering, you know. Because I can't even recall prior to like my last year of college actually meeting a black engineer, or my last 2 years, but like actually meeting a professional black engineer. And I started thinking about, like, it's something I've never even seen, you know. So of course it's something kind of like, can I do it? Am I really capable of doing it? Type thing, I guess you would say.
How many times did you hear, oh, maybe you should change your major, or oh my gosh, like I ended up with my degree was I started off in engineering, you know, and I changed my major, I did, you know, but for me it was because I didn't feel like it was my passion. You know, I got to the point where I had got an internship, a co-op, and I worked for a whole semester, like at a plant as an engineer. And it was good work, good money, but I just felt like it wasn't my passion. So once I changed to my passion, you know, I did a lot better, but I was still in math. My degree was still in math, and it's still not a lot of black men in math. So it was kind of tough going through it. You know, all my classes, I'm on the black man. I mean, that's sometimes kind of discouraging, to not see yourself, not have someone, because, you know, when we see each other, You know, I mean, we talk freely on here. When we see each other, it's like, oh, what's up? You know, like we see each other, we kind of feel comfortable. But when you don't, sometimes you just kind of like reserve yourself. You know, but college is a place of exposure. So like college is one of those places where you can see a black engineer. They're still seldom.
Yeah.
It's still seldom, but you might put yourself in a better position to see that.
Yeah.
So we got about 5 more minutes. Or we actually, how many minutes we got? About 4 more minutes. So we're gonna wrap it up. Get ready to wrap it up here. For me, and I'm gonna let you go ahead. Like, so when dealing with imposter syndrome, number one for me is trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability. We said ask questions. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. They always say fail hard. Fail hard. What does that mean? Even if you make a mistake, make that mistake going 100 miles per hour. You know, don't. Maybe that's not a good analogy. But when you make a mistake, learn from it. Don't make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, that's clinical insanity, right? So, any other like tips that are that the channel folks watching today can take home or take back to their workplaces on imposter syndrome and how to deal with that?
So I would definitely say mindset, man. Keep that mindset. Keep that hustle and that grind, because you there for a reason. You know, that's the funny part. The funny part is that if you weren't qualified, you wouldn't be in the position.
Absolutely.
You know, if somebody didn't see it in you, then you wouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
And
that's the whole thing about imposter syndrome is that you have the syndrome despite evident successes. So, like I said, if you're there for a reason. Nothing happened on accident. Everything happened on purpose. So just
trust the process.
Trust the process and trust yourself.
Yes, sir. It was a good chat.
Absolutely, man. It was good to have you on today, man. If you have not yet, go check out part 1 of this video on KWM Lifestyles.
Yes, sir.
The video we'll put it somewhere here for you to see. Thank you if you made it this far, thank you for watching. You know, again, my name is Randy Bumpers. And like this video. If you want to see more content, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're out. Thank you.